Before we begin, welcome to TechStar, the place where we break down the most exciting innovations in technology and the future of transportation. If you enjoy content about Tesla, AI, robotics, and groundbreaking engineering, make sure to subscribe to TechStar, hit the like button, and share this video with fellow tech fans. It really helps the channel grow. Now, let's dive in. For over a century, diesel trucks have been the backbone of the American economy. They're loud, dirty, and old-fashioned, but they have delivered food, medicine, and goods across the country for generations. Millions of families rely on them. So when Tesla announced an all-electric semi-truck, many drivers were skeptical. In fact, surveys suggested that more than 70% of truck drivers had no interest in switching to an electric truck. They didn't want giant touchscreens, they didn't want overnight charging, and they certainly didn't want a battery pack heavier than their cargo. For drivers on the road, the concern isn't about technology, it's about survival. If your truck runs out of power hundreds of miles away from a charging station, you're not just delayed, you're stranded. But something interesting is starting to happen. As more prototype trucks appear on American highways, drivers are beginning to look at the Tesla Semi very differently. Especially after the announcement of the Tesla Semi Gen 2. Tesla plans to begin large-scale production soon, targeting around 50,000 trucks per year. The base model is expected to start around $170,000, offering a range of roughly 500 miles and the ability to charge up to 80% in about 30 minutes using Tesla's Megacharger network. That alone would be impressive, but the real shock comes from the efficiency numbers. Early prototype tests involving more than 300 trucks showed that the first-generation Tesla Semi consumes about 1.55 kilowatt-hours per mile. The newer Gen 2 version is estimated to reduce that to just 1.17 kilowatt-hours per mile. At first glance, that might sound like a small improvement, but in the trucking industry, efficiency is everything. Let's break down the economics. Electricity in the United States currently averages about $0.175 per kilowatt-hour. With a consumption of 1.17 kilowatt-hours per mile, that means the Tesla Semi costs roughly 20 cents per mile to operate. Compare that to diesel. With diesel prices around $3.75 per gallon and typical fuel efficiency of about 6 miles per gallon, a traditional diesel truck costs roughly 63 cents per mile just for fuel. That's more than 3 times higher. For logistics companies running thousands of miles every week, the savings could reach millions of dollars over the lifetime of a single truck. And that's exactly why major companies are already testing the Tesla Semi. Fleets operated by companies like PepsiCo, DHL, Walmart, Costco, and ABF Freight have already run real-world trials. One of the most impressive tests came from ABF Freight, which reported an efficiency figure very close to Tesla's claim of 1.17 kilowatt-hours per mile. Even more surprising, the truck successfully handled extremely demanding routes, including the steep climb over Donner Pass, reaching elevations of more than 7,000 feet. And according to drivers, the experience was completely different from a diesel truck. The Tesla Semi features a central driving position, giving the driver a panoramic field of view. The controls are simplified, the cabin is quieter, and acceleration is dramatically smoother. In fact, Tesla claims the Semi can maintain 65 miles per hour on a 5% uphill grade, even while fully loaded. Most diesel trucks struggle to reach 45 miles per hour under those same conditions. But efficiency and performance are only part of the story. Recently, multiple prototype versions of the updated Tesla Semi have been spotted across several states in the U.S., revealing some interesting design changes. The most noticeable upgrade appears to be the addition of a sleeper cab. Long-haul trucking drivers often spend several days on the road, and a sleeper compartment allows them to rest inside the vehicle during mandatory breaks. Photos of new prototypes show larger side windows behind the driver's seat, suggesting that Tesla has redesigned the cabin to include a proper resting area. There also appears to be a new black module above the sleeper section, further confirming the possibility of a redesigned sleeper compartment. Tesla may also introduce multiple roof configurations, including a high roof version designed to improve airflow over large cargo containers and a low roof version optimized for aerodynamics. These changes suggest Tesla is preparing several variants of the Semi to serve different logistics needs. However, the transition to electric trucking isn't without challenges. One of the biggest obstacles is infrastructure. Tesla's megacharger stations are powerful enough to recharge the massive battery packs used in heavy-duty trucks, but building them is expensive. Each installation can cost up to $6 million, and the process often requires permits from local governments and coordination with utility companies. Some companies, like PepsiCo, have spent nearly 2 years developing megacharger infrastructure at their distribution centers. Without widespread charging networks, even the most advanced electric truck can't operate efficiently. Cold weather is another concern. In freezing temperatures, battery performance drops significantly, which means the truck's range can decrease. For drivers operating in snowstorms or remote regions, that risk cannot be ignored. Still, Tesla believes it has addressed many of these issues through technological innovation. The Semi Gen 2 reportedly uses next-generation drive units derived from Tesla's Plaid platform, combined with silicon carbide inverters that reduce energy loss. The battery pack itself has been redesigned using 4680 high-nickel cells, which improve energy density while reducing weight. Tesla engineers have also optimized the truck's aerodynamics, especially at the interface between the tractor and the trailer, significantly reducing drag compared to traditional Class 8 trucks. A highly efficient heat pump system helps regulate battery temperature in extreme climates, ensuring the drivetrain operates at peak efficiency. Together, these innovations reduce energy consumption by nearly 30%, dropping from earlier estimates of 1.7 kilowatt-hours per mile to about 1.17 kilowatt-hours per mile. Over the lifetime of the vehicle, Tesla estimates that a single Semi could save up to 1 million gallons of diesel fuel. That's equivalent to about $3.5 million in fuel savings. Numbers like that explain why the trucking industry is beginning to pay attention. But the biggest question remains: is the Tesla Semi designed to support truck drivers or eventually replace them? Elon Musk has repeatedly hinted that Tesla's full self-driving technology could one day play a role in long-distance freight transport. If autonomous trucking becomes a reality, the entire logistics industry could change forever. For now, though, the Tesla Semi is simply another tool, one that promises lower costs, cleaner energy, and better performance. Whether it will completely replace diesel trucks remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: the trucking industry is entering one of the most dramatic transformations in its history, and the Tesla Semi may be leading that revolution. Before you go, tell us what you think. Should the future of freight transportation be electric, or should diesel trucks remain the backbone of global logistics? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of trucking, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Techstar, and share it with your friends so more people can discover the technologies shaping our future. Thanks for watching Techstar, and we'll see you in the next video.